It. Hey gang, it's Powerhouse Pam Waters of Maryland Coins TIPIC Study Buddy Group. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Nicole, Lydia, Islam, Tanika, Kim. Who else? Miss LaShawn. Y'all know I can't see everybody. Is that it? That's it. I guess that's it. All right, it's Wednesday. So I guess everybody's supposed to be up. Y'all ready? So today we're going over Kim, tenancy and types of ownership. So LaShawn, once again, tell me the 4 different types of ownership.
Sole ownership, tenancy in entirety.
Tenants by the entirety.
Tenants by the entirety. Tenants in common and joint tenancy. Did I say that already? Yep, that should be 4.
But you're good. All right, Kim, back to you. Which one has to, the couple has to be married? That's reserved for married couples.
Tenants by entirety.
All right, so they decided they wanted to get a divorce. What happens with the ownership? Let me give another easy one. So if the spouse passes
it becomes tenant in common.
It becomes tenants in common. See, I had to give Kim just a second. She got it. Tenants in common. All right, so if one spouse passed away in the tenants by entirety, what happens with the ownership? Lydia. Oh, go ahead, Kim.
Go ahead, Lydia.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kim.
Go ahead, Lydia.
Lydia, so if you are in tenants by the entirety and your spouse passed away, what happens with that ownership, the tenancy?
It goes to the surviving spouse.
And what is that called?
The right to survivorship.
All right. And so I think I already asked y'all what happens if they divorce? Right? I just asked
you. Yes,
okay.
Go to tenant in common.
Okay, Popo. See, the Popo starting already. Nicole is Popo, y'all. Raise your hand, Nicole. Nicole,
that was me. That wasn't Nicole.
She keep you on track.
That was me. So, that wasn't Nicole.
It was you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The two Popo. Baltimore police. Baltimore's finest. Those are my 2 Baltimore police. All right, tenants by the entirety. Tenants by the entirety is like a joint tenancy. However, it is reserved for husband and wife. If one spouse dies, the surviving spouse becomes the owner of the entire property. Probate would not be necessary. However, unlike joint tenancy, the tenancy cannot be unilaterally severed. Lord, I can't read. So Lydia, what do you have to have in order to have joint tenants? And what's the acronym?
The acronym is to TIP, title, time, possession, and interest. Okay, in order: title, time, interest, and possession.
And possession. So if one of those people happen to pass away, what happens with their ownership?
It becomes tenants in common.
Does it, Preston? I'm just playing with you, Lydia. Does it, Preston? Preston said, hold on, we only saw the video for like 9 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah, I would no. It gets split, right? No.
Right to survivorship.
They do have rights to survivorship.
Yeah. So it gets split.
So rights to survivorship under joint tenancy and its equal undivided rights. It requires 4 unities, which Lydia just gave us, and there's no probate. So joint tenancy is when 2 or more people or entities have an equal interest in property. If one property dies by operation of law, the surviving party becomes the owner of the property. Was you right, Lydia?
No, I was wrong.
Oh, okay. An important distinction between tenants in common and joint tenancy is with joint tenancy, there's a right to survivorship and probate is not required. Each party can unilaterally sever the tenancy without the consent of the other tenant. So if Lydia was done with y'all, you, LaShawn, Preston had a place and she was done with y'all, she can just roll out, right? Hello? Yep. Each party, y'all did. Y'all live when I don't record, so don't play. Don't get camera shy on me, LaShawn. All right, so each party can unilaterally sever the tenancy without the consent of the other tenant. If the joint tenancy is severed, the tenancy becomes tenant in common. It says the 4 unities must coincide. If they don't, it is not a joint tenancy. In Maryland, the creation of a joint tenancy must be clearly expressed in the deeds. It cannot be inferred, except in the case of a federal tax lien. A lien will not attach to the property unless judgment is against both or all joint tenants. So if y'all are following me on page 106, highlight that because that's very important. It says, except in the case of a federal tax lien, a lien will not attach to a property unless the judgment is against both or all joint tenants. So all y'all gotta have issues in order for it to attach to the property, right? Let me read it again because that's important. Except in the case of a federal tax lien, a lien will not attach to a property unless the judgment is against both or all joint tenants. An entry of a judgment against joint tenancy does not destroy the four unities. Any questions about that? Tenants in common. Who wants to tell me about what tenants in common is? Somebody. Oh, Nicole raised her hand. Go ahead, Nicole. Tell me about.
It says shares can be unequally fractional and probate is not required.
Probate is not required.
Probate is required at death of a tenant. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. She put a hand up, stop. Like you did. All right, so tenants in common and shares have to be can be unequal and fractional, which means Kim, all of us own an apartment building together, but Kim, she's greedy, she got 80%, and the rest of us gotta split the 20 amongst the rest of us, okay? Because Kim had all the money to put down. You see how she did us? So all of us work together, but Kim got 80% and we sharing 20% together. It says tenancy in common is the most common form of co-ownership. It is also the default tenancy when no other co-tenancy is established, or when a joint tenancy will, with right of survivorship or tenancy by the entirety is severed. Tenancy in common is when two or more people own an undivided interest in the property. The interest is not necessarily an equal ownership between or amongst the owners. Each must dispose of interest in any manner desired. Upon death, the interest is transferred to the heir. So highlight that, y'all. It's very important. 105. It says, upon the death, the interest is transferred to the heirs unless there is a will. There is no right to survivorship and a probate proceeding will be required. So that's important. Upon death, the interest is transferred to the heirs unless there is a will. Dum, dum, dum. All right. Any questions about those four? So what's the one where you own it all by yourself? Kim got all the bucks. She bought all her property all by herself. What is that called?
Sole ownership.
Sole owner. So what happens upon Kim's transition to the Lord? Not no time soon, Kim. This is just hypothetical, okay?
It says probate is required at death.
Probate is required at death. Okay, cool beans. So then who knew? Cortez has joined the crowd. Cortez always got his lino blanket. You cold over there? You supposed to be in hot, sunny Florida. It looks like a Hawaii, whatever. Cortez was like, dang, I've been here 2 seconds. I don't get Cortez.
She don't.
Basement code.
Oh, your basement code. Oh, okay, I get it. All right, so what is we were talking about Tennessee. Did you need any help with Tennessee's Cortez?
Yeah, I think I got it.
What, LaShawn, what you got in that red cup? Nothing. Oh,
Juice.
oh, okay. Mind your business, Kim. Okay. And okay, so let's talk about what is a power of attorney. Anybody?
It's a legal document that represents someone on their behalf.
Correct. So then what is the military power of attorney? Do they follow state rules or they follow federal rules?
Federal.
Federal.
Uh-oh. Nicole's back. Nicole's like,
No,
No,
because that was one of the ones that was one of the questions on the practice exam that I had got wrong.
What they
Oh,
do, they
that's-
follow, you said they followed the federal?
Federal, yeah.
well, let's read. It's on page 110. We're talking about military power of attorney. It says a military power of attorney doesn't need to conform to state law as long as it conforms to the federal law. So just remember that. That's very important. It says a military power of attorney is written as a written document. That's the first thing y'all gotta know. Like Cortez, it's a document signed by military personnel that grants power or authority to someone to act on their behalf. It is usually granted to handle legal and financial matters. The military power of attorney is established by federal law and is available to use by any service member or federal employee. Okay, who owns the title insurance product?
Underwriter.
Underwriter. What's another word for underwriter?
Insured.
Insurer. So what is the effective date of the title commitment?
The third date.
Title commitment or title search?
That's
Mm.
title
The
search.
title commitment, you got me. You got me. on
Y'all
that
better
one.
listen to the questions. What's
On
the
purpose.
so
Say it
what's the
again.
effective date of the title search?
The day that was run through.
The day it was run through. Y'all got that? Because
Yes.
the test gonna do the same thing.
It sure did.
All right. So Lydia, explain to me meets and bounds. And don't give me the history about the English king.
No, that's all gone now.
Keep it short and sweet.
It's a way of measurement. It starts at one point and it goes all the way around that point.
Right. So they might just say the point of beginning or the beginning point. You'll see that. It's really, go ahead, show them again, Lydia. Lydia like making circles, so you. That's pretty much meets and bounds. A meets and bounds description. Oh no, I was gonna get into all the things that I told Lydia don't do. All right, so the system was, I don't want to read that either. It starts at a beginning point and then it returns to the same point. That's pretty much all you need to know about meets and bounds, truthfully. A meets and bounds description may reference adjoining land, monuments, and items referred to in surveys. Monuments, you know, you need to know this one too. Highlight this page. Monuments are fixed objects that may be natural or human-made. So I'm gonna name 4 things. A temporary fence, a rod. What's the other 2? With a well, or a pole. Which one we consider not a meets and bounds? A monument. You got a temporary fence, a pole, a rod, and whatever else I named. Which one won't be a meets and bounds? A monument.
The fence,
Wrong.
The fence, but why?
because it's not something that is permanent in the ground, pretty much.
Right. It's temporary. So it's here today, and then January you go back to measure it and it's gone, right? So it can't be considered a monument. Anybody need a Cortez to expand on that? Or y'all good?
Okay, thank you.
Huh?
No, I said thank you.
Oh, cool beans. But you pretty much may see it as described as the beginning point or point of beginning, something like that.
Mhm.
I can't remember. So what's platted? What's platted land?
It's a piece of land.
Uh-huh.
I'm not looking at the song. That's what I had in my my notes. Like
Oh,
a
okay.
parcel of land.
Y'all got excuse Kim.
Yeah, excuse me.
It's
A
when they
partial- it is
zone the
land.
part. It's when they
Huh?
zone. It's when they zone the land.
When they
They
zone
zone
the
it
land.
for like construction purposes.
A subdivision, right?
Yeah, subdivision it on plats.
Okay, cool. A plat or platted legal description is created based on a platted subdivision. The legal description is usually short and straightforward because the dimensions are generally presented on the subdivision plat. The plat or subdivision description sometimes refers to one or more smaller parcels presented on a subdivision plat. So what part of the title commitment would you find this information that we're talking about right now?
B2.
B1.
Who said that, B2? Lies, you
Oh,
tell.
okay.
It's B1.
B1?
Yeah.
Y'all would find description of the
Oh,
property and all that stuff in
Schedule A.
B1 and
Oh,
B2?
Schedule A.
Schedule A.
Schedule
It's okay.
A. I'm gonna give all those who said anything different a done set, because
I don't know why I was thinking like easements.
oh, okay. But no, in the blah blah blah. In Schedule A, you have like the descriptions, you have your subdivisions and all. So what would you find in Schedule A, Preston? Or whoever not called on yet. Like Tanika, where's she at? She quiet today. Tanika, Islam. I know Islam hasn't been here, so I'm trying to be nice to her today. Even though Kim said, why? Tanika, Islam. What would you find in Schedule A of the title commitment? LaShawn, what would you find in Schedule A of the title commitment?
Description
Right.
of the property.
Right. What else? I just gave you that answer. So what's the other stuff you find? Yeah.
Everything but your social security number, right?
Right. So you'll find the type of property it is, like if it's a life tenant or leasehold estate, you'll see how much the lender is given for the borrower, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool beans. Hold on, I'm just looking for stuff. Let's go over. Ooh, look at all this. Who wants to tell me about deed of trust? Kim, you had your hands raised? Deed of trust. No.
Lender, trustee, and borrower.
Okay, those are the
And don't
three
ask
parties.
me to explain them.
Oh, Lord. So those are the three parties of deed of trust: the lender, the trustee, and the trustor, right? Who's the borrower?
Borrower.
All right, well, Linda, well, who wants to tell me about it? Lydia, Nicole,
Hold on.
What?
You said
deed of
so
trust.
I have a trust account to create security interests in real property.
Oh, you read very well, Cortez. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, that's all reading my notes, right?
Oh, you read your notes. Okay.
So I'm asking is that correct?
Yes.
Too smart.
What you say? Because Kim was interrupting me. What you say, Cortez? I'm gonna listen this time.
I'm just asking, is that correct?
Say it again. I need to listen.
A trust account to create a security interest in real property.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a trust account that is, well, what goes in it? The deed?
No, the deed is when you finish paying for the house.
So the deed of
So-
trust is just basically like, it's just a
Yeah.
trust, it's just an account.
It's an account. So deed of
Support
trust
the
and deed
deed.
is two separate type of things. So deed of trust is when the borrower is paying on their promissory note, and the deed is what they get when they finish paying for their promissory note. So it's two different parts of the house buying process. That makes sense?
Yeah. I think
All
I'll
right,
have to
so-
see it. Yeah, but I understand.
Yeah, so the deed of trust is what they get in the loan package, and it's just a form. And you basically saying, hey, I'm promising the lender that I owe them this money, blah, 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 blah. All right, so there are the three parties, the lender, the trustee, and the trustor. So who benefits the most from that party, from that relationship?
The lender.
The lender. Why does the lender benefit the most?
Because he
Because
gets
they're
paid.
receiving.
We're receiving the money. He gets paid regardless.
But Kim
that's
said
like
because
his
they
protection.
receive it. Kim, what they receiving? You can receive stuff and it's not benefiting you, right?
This is true, Miss Pam.
She get on my nerves. So what's the purpose of the trustee? What type of responsibility does the trustee have?
He pay the bills.
Pay the bills. What else?
He's the
So
go
that's
between the lender and the borrower.
Okay. What else can they do? What else do they do?
They can foreclose on the house if you don't pay.
They sure can. How many days they have to give the person to get themselves together?
45.
45.
45. Oh, Kim knew that one. 45 days. She said that with no problems. 45. Oh, okay. All right. So, Tanika, you quiet. What would you find in Schedule B1?
I'm gonna say easements and endorsements. No.
Easements. Is she right, y'all?
Easements, yes. Endorsements,
In B1?
no.
That's
No,
the exceptions.
requirements and exclusions.
Oh, I'm sorry, requirements. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're going to stop talking and listen to Preston. Preston, what was the answer?
Requirements or exclusions, like clouds on title.
Clouds on titles. So who goes down? So when you go down to the courthouse and research, and they found all of these clouds on title, they will put all the information in B1, requirements or exclusions. Will you find B1 in your policy?
No,
Why not, Lydia?
because B1 needs to be eliminated in order to create a policy.
We have worn you out, Lydia, or the job wore you out? I just need to know.
Good job.
The job, okay.
I'm working 7 days straight. So.
Right. So when the title researcher goes down to the courthouse, how do they research the titles?
In reverse. I can't say that word. Chronological.
That one, chronological order, right?
Oh, chronological order. Okay.
Chronological order. So, LaShawn, how far back can they go as far as what is a full search?
60 years.
60 years. Good beans. What's a short search or limited search?
12 years.
12 years. What you do? 5, 10, 11. What was you doing, Sean? 5, 10, 11. Oh, anyway. 5, 10, 11, 12. Oh. All right. So we talked about tendencies. What else y'all need to go over, like specifically? So what's the difference between title insurance policy and a homeowner's insurance policy? Who wants to tell me that?
One is for the future and one is for the past.
Which one is for
So
the
the-
past?
Title insurance policy.
Title insurance. So how often do you pay the premium?
Once,
When?
settlement.
It's
Go,
settled.
boy. Go, Preston. Go, Preston.
So give me some covered risk that you'll find in your standard policy. Just give me one. Preston, start off. Give me a covered risk that you would find in your standard policy.
The clouds on title is covered.
Right. So give me one. Thank you for clustering them together. But I want to hear them individually.
Like a tax lien.
Tax lien. Lydia, give me another one.
Fraud.
Fraud. Nicole, you shaking your head. What's another one?
Mechanic lien.
Mechanic lien. What is a mechanic lien, Nicole?
Any type of work that you may have done to the house that you didn't pay becomes a mechanic lien, construction, stuff like that.
Right. You just had to have a deck, but you ain't had the money to pay for it.
Pay for it.
Mhm. And they put a lien on your house. All right,
Mhm.
Cortez, give me another one. He ain't listening. He like, what?
Forgery.
Go ahead.
Forgery? All right, Islam, you know any of the clouds on title?
Unknown heir.
Unknown heir. Go ahead, Islam. Give me another one, Islam, because you've been quiet all day. She's like, that's all I have. She said, that's all I got. What about if the deed was not properly recorded? Is that a covered risk? Everybody
Yeah.
say yes.
Yes.
So unmarketable title, insurance title
Can it be
ownership.
survey issues too?
Let me see. defects in the title, the lien, or encumbrance on title, fraud, lack of authority to convey, unpaid taxes, unpaid liens,
Felony.
defective or invalid deeds, lack of competency. You know, they weren't in right mind when they signed that paper, right? They got to be competent. Deed not properly recorded. Those are the ones under the owner's policy. Give me some covered risk that's under the lender's policy. Oh, y'all got quiet. It's pretty much the same thing.
Would they be the same thing?
Pretty much unmarketable title, vesting, lack of legal access. Oh, we didn't say that for the other one, but that's true. Defects in the title, lack of priority of lien over liens for services, labor, or materials. It's somewhat the same, but it's not. Unenforceability or lien or assignability of lien insures against the unenforceability of an assignment of mortgage and says deed or deed of trust not properly recorded. All right, cool.
Okay, wait a minute. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You said the title insurance policy covers prior issues,
Right.
correct?
Prior to your policy.
And you said,
Well,
and then
Preston
the
said,
homeowner ones cover everything after.
homeownership covers things after their policy, but they don't cover the same thing as titles.
Okay.
They cover like fires, water issues, somebody falling on your property, those type of things. And that's paid based on how you set it up with the lenders. Could be monthly, bi-monthly, however you set it up. All right, so what's the purpose of RISPA?
Protect from twisting and kickbacks.
Twisting or kickbacks. I guess next week we actually went through section 3. I mean, we went through section 2. Did y'all believe that? Give me some things that may be considered unfair acts from a tip that would violate law.
Being a licensed TIPIC.
Well, that's one. You're right. Who else got one?
What did he say? Say that again, Cortez. What did he say?
Give me. He said. Well, what did you say, Cortez?
Not being a licensed TIPIC.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's definitely. You're over there doing loan signings and you don't have a TIPIC license. Who's going to jail tonight? Not I. Say not I. All right, so I'm trying to find an unfair. Y'all remember we went over the unfair things? That's
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
did.
referring to.
So they said that was heavy on the
Ah.
stating thing.
Ah,
All right, so give me. I can't find it. God dang it. Which?
Hold on, I'm gonna look at my book.
Which?
It should be on like 39 or something like that,
Oh,
around
okay,
that area.
y'all know Lydia usually hook me up with the page
She
number.
got a
but
different. She got a different version.
I got a different version too.
She ain't on her
I know-
job anymore.
39, Kristen was right. I'm not
Oh,
on
here they go. You're right. Unfair claims, page 40. All right. So tell me.
It's 39 in my book.
Okay, y'all's is 39 minus 40. All right. So just give me one, Lydia. One unfair claim settlement.
Failure to acknowledge and act with reasonable.
I don't even know where you're reading from to even say, are you reading?
Number 2.
I'm lost.
I was trying to put my own spin to it, but I
Oh. Oh, you try to do one of my numbers and be messing up. I can't think on the spot sometimes. Sometimes I can. Most times, no.
I'm gonna go with misrepresentation.
Misrepresentation. Oh, okay. Cortez, give me another one. I'm just going down the line, y'all. That I see. Cortez, give me an unfair claim settlement practice.
Refusing to pay claims on a policy.
Refusing to pay. Okay, you read that very well. How about you, LaShawn?
Failure to give the correct information about the claim.
Okay, maybe so. We'll see. Give me another one, Islam. Islam probably say, I don't know what y'all even talking about.
I can read.
Oh, you can read. Go ahead, read, girl.
Delay in investigation or payment of claim.
There you go. All right, Tanika, give me another one. Y'all can read this part because we haven't really
Okay.
done it, so I'll be nice. Tanika.
Okay, it says fail to make, somebody probably already said this, but fail to make a prompt, fair, and equitable good faith attempt to settle claims for which liability has become reasonably clear.
Reasonably clear. All right. Who I miss? Kim.
I don't have none for you. I can't find it in my book.
All right, somebody help Kim out.
Attempts to settle a claim for less than the amount which is reasonable, or which a reasonable person would expect to be entitled after studying written or printed advertising material.
All right, question.
Thank you, my friend.
Fail to act in good faith in settling a first party claim under a policy of property and casualty insurance.
All right, Preston. Okay, so you are the underwriter and you need to get your ratings or your premiums authorized. Who do you submit those to?
The MIA.
MIA or the
Commissioner.
the commissioner. Doobie-doobie-doo. Y'all should know that by now. Y'all don't know that one? Or y'all just, this is the way I said it?
Preston was
Oh, you
answering it.
they were letting the newbies have first go. Okay. She was being a great woman of God today. So what's the only escrow account that can be commingled?
Most
My
Mod, M-A-H-T-A.
MALTA.
Look at why you coming your mouth.
Whatever it is, I know what it is. It's MALHTA or something.
So how do you calculate Maryland tax law
Based on the
for non-residents?
non-resident.
No, non-residents is 8.0.
But how do you
7.2.
calculate it? What is it based on?
Total
residence,
value.
Residency,
total
right?
payment,
Huh?
total payment.
Total payment. That's what I was getting to. It's
So,
based on the total payment of the sale, right? Whatever.
mhm.
So what's
Now,
the
what was that question again?
what was the question, Cortez? Because Kim gets on my nerves.
What calculates
Listen.
what calculates the percentages of the Maryland, what was it?
Tax law, withholding tax.
Yeah, the
Withholding
withholding
law.
tax. What calculates the Maryland withholding tax? It's the total
It's
payment
based on the total payment, Kim.
based on total payment.
So
And
go ahead.
residency, right?
So yeah. So what's the percentage for a non-resident business?
8.25.
That's the high one.
Go ahead, Lydia. Lydia said that, or Islam said that?
Lydia.
She Islam be whispering over there. I don't know which. They
I
both be
said
whispering.
8.25,
So-
but I'm not sure if it's correct.
Yeah, it is for
That
business.
is.
What is it for a non-resident individual?
7.25.
7.25. All right. So what's the Maryland intake sheet?
0 for residential.
Huh?
Yeah, it's
I
8.0.
thought 6%,
8.0 is for residential.
right?
Yeah.
2%.
Or I let somebody. Did I let somebody say something wrong?
I said 7.25. I thought that was.
Oh, that's the old book.
Okay. So it's 8.
Yeah, it
8%.
changed now.
Okay. So it's 8 and
8%.
8.25. Okay.
8.25. So if you have the older version, mark it in your book. It's 8 now.
Okay.
It's 8 now. Maryland intake sheet. Who wants to tell me what that is?
Form that brings uniformity to the forms. You have to have 4 copies and it needs to be in blue ink.
Blue ink. And so an addendum to intake sheet is used when there are more than 2 instruments submitted for the same transaction. And who was responsible for creating that form?
Alter.
Awesome. All right. Well, it's 8:00 game. We're not leaving, but we're leaving from here. So we'll see you next time on the Maryland Coins TIPIC Study Group. Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Don't forget
Good
to hit the
night.
subscribe button and join the Maryland Coins Facebook group. Have a good evening. Be quiet, campsite.